Guess who is jealous of Adele? Ooh, Beyoncé. You realize that incident while Wendy Williams fell? In one in every of her gossip episodes, she starts it off with the person's jealous of Adele, and then she goes, it is Beyoncé. Guess who's jealous of Adele? Beyoncé. So, Wendy Williams said this. Yeah, so Wendy Williams is saying all this stuff about Beyoncé, right? First of all, Beyoncé, the maximum demanding factor is I can see the differentiation between your herbal hair and your ponytail. That's the message. A month later, what takes place? She fell. You recognize what is loopy? They're trying to position it on dementia, on her Wikipedia, and when you seek up Wendy Williams, everywhere she has dementia. They're looking to discredit her from all her sayings. When it involves spilling tea, Wendy Williams would not just pour, she floods. This time, her target is none apart from Queen Bey herself. Wendy has a knack for announcing what most would not dare to whisper, and her brand new declare that Beyoncé would possibly simply be worse than Jay-Z is the type of bombshell that makes all people sit up straight and snatch popcorn. Now, you say on your opinion, Jay-Z is terrible, is a horrific man. Like, you are alluding, though, to the extent of, like, Diddy, and is Beyoncé equally as awful or just complicit in letting Jay-Z? Can you form a complex on what your accusation even is? Kiss the Women is the best example that I had to describe the relationship and the camaraderie among the Jigga Man and the Diddle. Okay, these are two human beings which have been working in concert, collaborating and competing. These are humans which have been covering every different secrets and techniques for many years. That's why I say to sit there and to simply make Diddy the suited monster and not address his best collaborator in all of his business deals. Apparently, Beyoncé abducted and blackballed Sia. What the fuck? In 2016, she puts out a random tweet, no correlation. It's one of these ones wherein it is like eggs bacon. Oh, it is a code. It's code. Baby, the whole lot your own first-class cat eats, period. Kangaroo is D. Nowhere in crimson penguins every day. My egg. What the fuck? Take every unmarried letter of the primary phrase and it spells Beyoncé, okay? Me. No manner. They circled the primary, oh my God, the S-A-S-P-A-N. Oh my God! The S-A-S-P-A-N-E. What the fuck? In one of the interviews, while Beyoncé was talking, approximately Sia, look what she stated. Can we interview Sasha? No, she's never accomplished an interview. I don't know if she ever will, because I don't genuinely suppose I would like her interview. No way. I do not assume I honestly would need her to be in an interview. Michael Jackson, I'll see ya. See ya Damayana, baby oil. It's like saying the solar is dimmer than the moon. How does that even make sense? However, believe Wendy to take the communication into uncharted waters that he is talking approximately you. Do you like that? Do you cross? Yeah, it feels exquisite, but I can say to make sure you have your personal. Her argument isn't simply petty coloration. Oh no, Wendy came loaded with receipts, aspect eyes, and sufficient commentary to gas a social media struggle. Is she onto something? Or is that, let's spoil it down. I mean, whatever I say, approximately Beyoncé, all people continually tells me either I'm jealous of her or I hate her. I'm no longer jealous of her and I do not hate her. So you understand, Beyoncé subsequently released her excursion dates and I suggest you do not waste your money. I've seen her 9 instances. I've been to every tour since the I Am World Tour in 2009 and she just gets worse and worse and worse. We're supposed to see the decisions, Beyoncé's marriage, an overwhelmed sense of despair. That lady cannot sing stay. She cannot dance. She's a rubbish entertainer. Of residing crisis, stay at domestic, save your cash. Obviously, I'm going to try and get tickets just so to peer if were given any better. However, she might not have completed, so do not bother wasting your time. Make positive you send this video to all of your mates so that they are no longer losing their time or electricity, and you could make certain that I'm the best one struggling inside the ticket queue. Beyoncé's untouchable in the eyes of many. She's the same old, the instant, the blueprint. But Wendy, with her trademark sarcasm and laser-focused shade, doesn't care. She mentioned that Queen BA, for all her grace and energy, has a few skeletons that deserve a very good antique airing. Take her obsessive control over her photograph as an instance. Sure, being a perfectionist is one aspect, but Wendy defined it as borderline tyranny. Once I became talking approximately how she was talking Beyoncé earlier then? Beyoncé recently, while she sat down, the child bumped, squashed, bent, and crumpled. She's either giving delivery to a frisbee or Stewie from Family Guy, a 171. I've sprouted every other finger, counting the only from yesterday, I'm as much as 11. This is going on for months that she's been speaking Beyoncé, and one in every of her gossip episodes starts off velveted off with, a person's jealous of Adele, it's Beyoncé. Guess who's jealous of Adele? Beyoncé. A month later, she eventually fell. You recognize what is crazy? In the industry, they are seeking to place it on dementia. On her Wikipedia, and whilst you seek up Wendy Williams, dementia, she has dementia. They're looking to discredit her from all her sayings. It's like she truly got centered because she just saved talking Beyoncé. And you understand, in case you recognize enough about Jay-Z and Beyoncé of their beyond, then you recognize they have been accused of stealing a number of times. Jay is claimed to, like an upcoming rapper who you realize will never be famous. However, has a pleasing spit recreation, first rate with it. Just, you realize, and Beyoncé additionally with styles. And then, what's taking place? Beyoncé is losing masses of hundreds, thousands and thousands of fans each day. And she nevertheless hasn't said something, just pretending like life is first rate in Paris. Is it her vicinity to mention so? I mean, in all likelihood, no longer thinking about she is going to be indicted for anything she might say. So, we'll get to who. And it is to this point a year ago. Imagine if she, this first-rate artist, is a drought-stained chic, and so, no, none, but she is going to be indicted for anything she might say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. Apparently, Beyoncé does not simply run the arena, she micromanages it. Every single picture, video, and public interaction is meticulously curated. While it's extraordinary for the enthusiasts who worship her flawlessness, Wendy thinks it is laborious and, dare she say, manipulative. Did hear approximately this brief journey from DeSoto to just bypass making a song hills. And who's yellow busy linked to Jay-Z? There you move. He likes riding around in them little convertible and coupe Maseratis of the colonies. What did Lamisha say the other day? I don't know why Jaguar would say that about Yellow BZ. He's a terrific man. He's constantly doing stuff. He be giving away turkeys and stuff, and woof. My boyfriend do not want to damage a deal. He just likes to break. Ago, you had been asking for people to ship beats for him to assist him put together his demo tape. Like, it's insane. These humans are sitting here saying all of this out inside the open, and those are literally showing up looking to both heckle, troll, or harass. And nobody has contacted me of ours. There's a big story here inside the UK saying that she even joked that Beyoncé probably approves what Blue Ivy eats for breakfast, simply to keep the own family brand intact. And there may be a whole lot of hype across the manner she's transferring. And like I said, it's simply now, after I'm looking back, in particular after the day passed with Courtney, and now that it's on file, that she's Courtney Burgess's legal professional. She would have stated that sooner, you'd assume. And how do you have two sources which have the identical tapes? Proper, yeah. But she additionally said in earlier interviews that she noticed the tapes. Matter of fact, she became shown up. I assume the fate, right? She has someone held up the telephone or via Zoom as to how she attempted to justify it. But she said she noticed it. And so I'm simply curious, if Courtney had it and he in no way watched her, who performed it for her? She's prevented that. Who played it for her? Well, and that would explain why they got this form of summons, no? It looks as if all of this, like Beyoncé's infamous silence, Wendy turned into brief to highlight how Queen BA barely addresses controversies at once, letting her unswerving fanatics, or greater accurately, her army of digital warriors, do the grimy paintings. Beyoncé campaign changed into definitely going to, that is what people are voir. Knowledge is how this works. They did not have whatever to mention about me or well-known me until I started out taking money out in their pocket. And then rather than taking me to court docket, they simply had Spiro call. Now, Spiro is a bona fide fixer and wager. Who else he represents? Well, he represented Alec First Earl Baldwin of Beedley beautifully. I have to provide him credit score. No, he's an extremely good fixer that turned into an insane restoration. They rent him to keep the narratives in place. He also represents Elon Musk. And he is additionally now representing the Tupac Shakur-owned family, trying to get to the lowest of what came about to Tupac. He additionally, allegedly, if I'm no longer improper, put together the felony crew that bailed Tory Lanez, specifically approximately Jay-Z. And there are a few clips I want to watch with you, certainly one of Rihanna that really freaked me out. This clip, man, if you haven't seen it, which I hadn't seen it until this morning after I noticed this headline, Kim found it for me. Let's watch this clip quick. It's loopy that you haven't seen this. Let's watch Tyra, pushing to get this out of Rihanna. And while it does, Guy, it made me sense very, very uncomfortable. Audition, yes, but earlier than I met him, I turned into so worried. Work on you this past due, he said. There are approaches to go away here, either via the door with the deal signal or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor. So you became where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing. The audience is so uncomfortable. I do not know if Tyra becomes seeking to get that on the report. However, my God, what jaguar. She threatened her. This is her personal phrases coming out of her mouth. And she changed into a child at that time. Correct. Year, antique, female, who were flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, delivered to a grown man's workplace in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew in. I become there the day she were given